I'm here with Lunayru and Ripley and Delphine from Breakup Haircut. We are playing Rock and Robots this Sunday, and as a pre-gig treat, I'm taken to Las Vegas!
Yay!
Hey, you were aware of the budget when you signed up for the gig. I've taken my performance to Las Vegas to test the 3 disciplines of music, which are guitar, drums, and dance, using some machines I've, let's say, had placed there.
We began the test with dance through the medium of Pump It Up. In round 1, Sophie, aka Lunayru, who's good enough at the game to regularly post herself playing it online, took on me, an unfit man with a movement disability. You can probably tell whose feet are whose here. Pump It Up scores cap at 1 million and the game gave me 0. I looked at the scoring and I think the number of bads must have pushed it negative. Well done to Sophie for beating me by over 500,000 points.
Dance game was a bad choice for me.
Ripley and Delphine from Breakup Haircut took each other on in the other semi-final.
S tier. A slightly more sedate game, but S tier.
Right as we started the final, the machine gave us this message, which means we didn't dance well enough to get our 3rd game with the credit. So we had to revert to the highest scores, giving Sophie the win and the first point on the board. Next up, drums tested through the medium of Taiko no Tatsujin. The first match, where we provided backing to a creepy nut song we could barely hear, got intense, so intense that I had to stand up in the middle. Nevertheless, Ripley pulled through as the only rhythm section representative there, winning by just under 10,000 points. Sophie and Delphine faced off over a song written for the Idolmaster franchise. I ended up on the franchise's wiki and it's like gazing into the Grand Canyon from the edge. Like I don't have time to understand this whole thing. Anyway, both Sophie and Delphine would have won the first match with these scores, but it's Sophie who moves on. In the final, Sophie and Ripley chose a song from a 2017 Pokemon movie and got to work. After a few minutes of the hammer of plastic against different plastic, Sophie was the winner once again, another point on the board.
The final discipline is guitar. As we know, guitars make 5 total sounds, and this makes all of them. And if you don't play on expert, you only have to do 4. So let's go. The Guitar Hero machine is glitching out, so therefore we're doing the secret discipline of being in a band, driving.
The aim was simple: race through the streets of London and be the first to get to the gig. Winner gets 1 point, even though Sophie already has 2 points, but still.
I hope we haven't gone into the ULEZ zone. I'm getting to this gig no matter what. How are we all in this fucking pack? Yeah. Who got it? 8, 7, 6. Sophie won. You got.
After the gaming was done, we realised we could not sit on the floor of the arcade to do the interview, so we found a nearby grassy space and set up the camera.
Welcome to the Rock and Robots podcast or YouTube video outdoors. We're in Soho Square Gardens next to the rainbow, and I'm joined by Lunayru, Sophie, and from Breakup Haircut, it is Ripley and Delphine. Hi guys, welcome to the show. We've just been in Las Vegas Arcade, which is a much worse place for filming than this is. Yeah, and we did a couple of musical challenges, which Sophie won all of them, so we can expect Sophie, well, which means Sophie gets the first questions.
Hey!
I mean, you're getting the same questions, so project/band names, Lunayru and Breakup Haircut, I guess every name has a story. What are your stories?
So, I came up with the name about 12 years ago, and it's a bit of a nerdy reference. It's basically Luna, because I really liked the moon, and Nehru, the goddess of wisdom from the Legend of Zelda series. I've now found out that the way I pronounced it, Lunayru, is not the right way. It should be Nehru. So Lunayru, either's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Let's call the whole thing off.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah, I have never played Zelda. I would have Yeah, I wish I'd be able to make a reference to it, but like, anyway, Breakup Haircuts. What's this? What's the story there?
I'll let you explain this one.
So basically, it came to name the band, and we were basically like spamming band names. And Ishani, our rhythm guitarist and lead singer, was spamming name. There are a few that were vetoed, such as Haunted Pokemon Speedrun, which me and Ishani were like, yes! And everyone else was like, hard no. And then in the sort of latest barrage of names that Ishani had, it was like, wait, that's the one! Breakup Haircut.
So yeah, that was the first of a whole bunch.
Okay, so combination of words rather than story with. Okay.
Also, it kind of goes to the like emo / pop punk
Yeah.
influences that we might have, so that kind of worked out.
Yeah, I can definitely see myself barricading myself into my room, putting on Night Bus on repeat, and just thinking, yeah, I could do with a Fringe now. Yeah. So your two members who are not here, is Shani and Jordan. Makeup of the band. Jordan, you told me plays drums. You, Ripley, a lead guitarist.
No, other way around.
Bass.
No, yes, bassist.
Bass guitar.
Ripley does bass. I do lead guitar and a bit of singing.
I also sing a little bit too.
We'll actually all Ishani, Ripley, and I all take some turn in singing sometimes. So
Yeah,
it's kind of fun.
just like the Beatles.
Hopefully less dysfunctional.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Jordan drums exclusively.
He only drums, but he's very good at it.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning, let's say. So, when did Sophie become Lunayru, and how long ago? What were you making at the start, and how's it evolved since then?
So I think it was 2012 when I first came up with the name. I was kind of noodling around on Pro Tools at the time. That was kind of my first introduction to using a DAW and music production. Yeah, I just really got into making beats and went from kind of singer-songwriter to producer, and decided I needed a nerdy name to accompany my electronic beats.
Was it a case of finding something that was available on sites as well as
I mean,
referencing
kind of,
stuff?
but there's definitely been times when I've put in Lunayru as a username for something and it's already taken, which is very irritating.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really know where it came from, but it just sprang to mind one day and I never changed it. So I feel like it's too late now. It's been 12 years.
Yeah. I mean, Cat Stevens rebranded after a long time.
True.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Breakup Haircut. How you told me a story which probably, I don't know if you wanted to make the podcast, but I mean that was before this band. How did this band get together?
Yeah, so I put up an advert online. I'm the only member of my band that had been in a band previously. I'd come out of a band that I, let's say, did not have a nice time in. And so I put up a band ad / manifesto
APB.
that basically was bounced around a few Facebook groups at the time. I was directed to First Timers, which is a festival where every band plays their first ever show. A few of us volunteer with First Timers Fest as well. Big up to First Timers. We also do workshops every spring going into the festival in May, so look into that, little plug. So I put up the ad on First Timers, and Delphine and Ashani replied.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I would like to be in a band. That sounds great. Let's do it. Initially, I was like, I can do rhythm guitar, and then it turns out I'm probably better at lead because Ishani is better at rhythm guitar. So yeah, and that was it. And then we said, let's go for coffee, see if we actually get on well, because it's also about being friends and being good, getting on well together. Because if you can't stand each other, it doesn't really make for a good band. So yeah, we just hung out for a bit.
And then we found eventually, so we had a couple of drummers until we found Jordan. So all the drummers we had before, nice people. It just kind of didn't.
I thought Jordan's the exception, like until
Jordan's holding us all hostage. No.
effing love them all.
No, we love Jordan. So basically, yeah, we had a couple of drummers who, one, their music wasn't really, our music wasn't really their thing. Another one, we met through someone I was dating, and when we broke up, fair enough, she didn't want to stay with the band, which is fair. It was a fine breakup, but I understand I would also choose my mate over the new band. So. And then I went to a First Timers Fest event called Speed Bandmating. And while I was there, I met someone who referred me to a drummer friend they knew. And they were basically like, oh, yeah, I'll give you his number, you can get in contact. So it turns out she didn't actually tell Jordan that she'd given me his number. So Jordan basically gets a text out of the blue from me being like, hey, so this person introduced me to you, said you might be interested in this band. Would you like to come to band practice next week? And being the legend that he is, Jordan's like, yeah, all right.
Right, and this manifesto, give me a few lines from it.
One of the main idea was to be a safe place for everybody to collaboratively make music. And it was also, I think if I remember correctly, it's about being friends and just make music together, because music usually makes people feel good. And that was pretty much it. It's just like friends first and then band later, which I think was quite a nice approach to, like, the music industry can be a bit daunting if you're not very experienced and you don't know many people. It can be a bit scary, and actually that was a very friendly introduction to being in a band, and top 10 out of 10 for experience. Would recommend.
Right. I'm going to talk now about how I found both of you guys. So you guys, through Thwack, I think, who played last month, and did you just see that they were playing, this, and think, we want in on that?
I saw an advert, I saw Thwack post about this gig, and I instantly sent a DM. I instantly sent a DM to Thwack and was basically like, how did you guys get this gig? Please tell me how. I love robots.
Well, I found Thwack on TikTok. I searched London band, and they're probably one of the highest up there. Other than May Cut This Out, May Keep It In, a group called Hot Property, who I don't think they've really posted any original music. Most of their TikToks are just them walking away from the camera, turning around and posing. But somehow they played. Amazing. Somehow they got booked to play at Paper Dressed on the off the back of posing with their hands in their pockets and looking like a band. Hi guys. I also found you on TikTok. I don't know which came first, me seeing your music or me seeing your boyfriend caramelizing onions.
Yeah, it seems that all the videos I post trying to promote my music just get like 200 views and no comments, and then when I don't post something to do with my music, it blows up. And that was one of those videos, just a silly little joke about him taking out onions every few minutes to taste the journey of caramelization. But yeah, I'm glad you went on to look at my music from the onion video. But yeah, my profile is mostly music, just a little bit of onions.
Yeah, it's all layers.
Yeah.
So you also had another TikTok really pop off about typing the other day, and
yeah, I think I angered the Gen Zs. I didn't even mention any generations, to be fair. It was so I've taken the strategy of trying to put my song in the background of TikToks where I just say kind of like a topic that people might want to debate, or like something that kind of vaguely relates to the song I'm trying to promote. And my latest song, Cyber Crush, is a silly kind of nostalgic song about the internet in the 2000s. And so I thought it might be funny to just make a little joke that millennials are super fast at typing because of all the time that they wasted on MSN growing up. But a lot of people who saw the video clearly weren't millennials and didn't know what MSN was, so they just took it as like a personal attack, and I got a lot of angry, I can type too, like, aren't millennials the people who type with their one finger, and basically comparing us to boomers. And yeah, it made me feel very old. Got called grandma a few times, so that was a bit traumatic, but I got a lot of streams on my song from it, so
Oh my god.
yeah.
I'm writing that one down. Enrage Gen Z. Got it. Yeah. I also copied your idea of arcade game music over arcade game footage. I was
Oh, did you? I
Yeah,
didn't see that one yet.
you liked it.
Did I?
Yeah, I was
What game were you playing?
beanbag toss. It's like cornhole, but it rotates.
Oh no, I did see that. I'm thinking of rhythm games for some reason. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I feel like as long as you're doing something interesting in the video,
Yeah.
people usually are more keen to engage with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've
You-
been putting a lot of like my songs over me just playing dance games to try and. It's like I kind of hate it, but a lot of videos you see someone's just like put a clip of some brain rot on top of it just to keep people's attention. So it's like a taste of that technique, but not quite as brain rot.
A taste of brain rot, you know,
Yeah.
just a sample.
Back to MSN. I remember I was the kind of person on MSN who I didn't know how to actually start a conversation with someone. I'd just wait for people to pop up. They'd say hi, I'd say hi. They'd say, "You good?" I'm like, "Yep." And then they'd stop. Like, why did you talk to me if you weren't going to carry on the conversation? Like, surely you had something to ask me, but apparently I'm the bad guy for being dry or whatever.
Yeah, there was a lot of hi, what you up to? Got
You
to
remember
go.
when you could nudge the window?
Yeah.
You remember you could nudge the window and then it would just
Yeah.
shake the
Yeah.
That
window.
sound haunts my dreams, I swear.
So I wasn't actually allowed MSN. Like my
Oh.
parents were like hard line on it, so I was the only kid that didn't have MSN. And one time I came in and my form group, like a load of them weren't talking to each other because they'd all had a big row on MSN, but I had no idea because I hadn't been there. And they're like, "You've got to pick a side," and I'm like, "Well, what happened?"
Were you mediator then?
No, I just kind of went off and hung out with some other people. It's like, fine, I'll have other friends, it's fine.
Yeah.
went and played football at break that week.
Yeah. There will be some footage of you playing at Rock and Robots after Sunday, which is when I'll probably release this. And I'd like you to talk me through a song which you'd like me to play after this. So yeah, just talk me through a song that's on your set list, which we'll have footage of by then, and we'll play it after this. Go on.
I can't tell if I should do the one that I already kind of mentioned, because that is my most recent song.
I mean, was there an actual cyber crush that inspired Cyber Crush?
There were probably many. I can't remember one particular one. There was definitely this boy I met on RuneScape that I was quite fond of, that I used to call Mike the Raspberry, because he was French Canadian and his surname was Le Frambois. So his name was literally Mike the Raspberry. But yeah, we used to send each other voice clips, and I always thought his accent was really funny. But can't remember any standout ones other than that. Yeah, MSN was full of emotions. But yeah, I guess I can talk about Cyber Crash, seeing as that's the latest song. Should we play it first, or should I talk about it first? I can edit it either way. Oh yeah.
Okay, normally.
I don't know why I thought you meant we were gonna like play it out of our phone right now. Like, I forgot that editing was.
Okay, so I'll beatbox. You just clap along.
Give me some sticks. I'll do the taiko.
We've established I'm not very good at drums.
Yeah,
so.
there's a Yamaha store around here. Let's just borrow that piano and some bass. We're just trying them out.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say introduce the song by giving a little context to it and how it was made.
Okay, so this song is called Cyber Crash, with the little heart, not emoji, but the heart from the symbol, I'm doing
Lesson
emotion.
3.
I don't know if people are going to be watching the video, but yeah.
Of course they're watching the video.
This is not to go on a tangent, but I had to fight to get those characters included in the title because my distributor didn't want to let me have any special characters. And that was a bit of a battle, which I ended up winning.
Did that take emails to get it through?
Yeah, well, in the end, I had to. They said that Apple Music don't accept characters, even though I found like thousands of songs on Apple Music with the same heart symbol. But I guess if I was Beyonce, it would have been approved. But I just ended up uploading a separate version without the symbol for Apple Music. But anyway, that was a tangent. Cyber Crash is, just a silly song I wrote about being a teenager on your computer, draining all your time into MSN and MySpace and RuneScape, and just how your emotions are running wild at that time when you're like 13, 14, and just wanted to channel that kind of silly whiny attitude into a silly electropop song. I think a lot of my music, even though some of it's quite upbeat, it's usually quite sad and inspired by not so great times. So it was kind of just a chance for me to do something that was just silly and not too emotional, and yeah, just more of a jokey, silly song.
This is Cyber Crush from Sunday.
It's about the internet in the 2000s. It's a bit of a silly song about MSN and RuneScape. I saw someone wearing a RuneFest t-shirt. So yeah, you might like this song. This song's called Cyber Crush.
Staring at my screen all night, waiting for your name to pop up this online. My heart skips when you say hi. I'm trying to play it cool, but you're always on my mind. And no, you're not the best, but I'm a bit obsessed. Really make me cry when you say I'm too shy. I like you, so please don't rip my heart in two. I want your name and roses next to mine, so you better not appear offline. You blew me out of your top 8. Did I do something wrong? Feel like I'm a detonate. I like it when we stay up late. Let's meet up in Lumbridge, I'll take you on a date. And I know you're just a crush, but I can't get enough. You're making me feel sad, 'cause I want you so bad. I like you, so please don't rip my heart in two. I want your name and roses next to mine, so you better not appear offline. 'Cause you're my digital daydream, and I can feel your heartbeat through the screen. I'll be your binary, baby. Just promise you will always be with me. You're my digital daydream, and I can feel your heartbeat through the screen. I'll be your binary, baby. Just promise you will always be with me. You're my digital daydream, and I can feel your heartbeat through the screen. I'll be your binary, baby. Just promise you will always be with me. Digital daydream.
Here's Cyber Crush. Not in fact a flavour of Panda Pop, but song by Lunayru.
I miss Panda Pop.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had any. We'll find a corner shop if they still. Do you think they still manufacture them?
I don't think so. I wish they did. Probably too many E numbers.
Yeah. You say not an emotional song. I did generally get chills like the first few listens.
Oh, that's good.
Maybe it just resonated with me a bit too much as someone who.
It kind of is emotional in the way that it represents emotions that were very real at that time in my life.
Yeah.
But it's just when you look at it objectively as a song about the internet, it doesn't seem too serious or meaningful. But yeah, there were definitely very strong emotions that came out of internet relationships at that period in my life. So I guess it's, kind of emotional too.
Breakup Haircut. You're going to introduce a song of yours now. Which one is it? You haven't told me yet.
So this is a song called I'm Okay, I Lied. It's not currently released yet, so it'll be fresh for anybody coming to gigs. So this is a song where we actually, I guess this one we got the music together quite quickly for this one.
Did. I think we did, yeah. You came up with the bass and then we just literally just wrote the whole thing in like a few weeks.
Yeah.
Not even like, and just finished up like some bits and bobs, like the finesse at the end. That was quite good. Yeah, it was really fast. One of those.
it was quite like it was one of my favorite bass lines I've written, and then I was like, hey, can we do this but like kind of Midwest emo? And everybody like totally got the assignment. And we sort of built this big sound, and it's it's got this huge sound, like really happy with it. But lyrics for it went round for maybe a year.
Yeah, that was
a labor of love.
because as we go on there, a labour of maybe sadness.
Yeah,
not being
sadness.
too dramatic. So it had a couple of rounds of lyrics. It was, I think, initially it was going to be about Stokely from that movie, The Faculty. So it was going to be kind of a silly song. So the Faculty, if anyone doesn't know, it's a sort of early 2000s version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers with a Lord of the Rings Elijah Wood, and Stokely was a character played by Clea Duvall, who was a goth who was apparently pretending to be a lesbian so that people would leave her alone at school, which anybody...
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, and anybody else who was queer at school in the 2000s or earlier will know that usually didn't make people leave you alone if you told everybody that you were gay. Unfortunately. It's a good film with some bizarre stuff. So it was basically going to be a song about Stokely, but nothing could fit. So we... So it's like I had basically 2023 was a bit of a meat grinder of a year. So I had like evictions, my nan died, like everything happened bad that could really. And at the end of the year, I got dumped quite catastrophically, and that was kind of the icing on the cake. And to be a cliche, but breakup songs are bread and butter of rock and roll, and I did one. So this basically the lyrics in this song are about when you can kind of when a relationship's coming to an end, and you can kind of, it's that bit where you can almost kind of feel that it's coming, but you're not quite ready to let it go yet, and things maybe aren't as nice as you would like them to be, and maybe like things aren't going the way you'd like, and you're not being treated as nicely as you maybe should be, but you're not sure if it's because they're having a hard time or and really you should just go. And it's basically about that time when it's just like the threads are fraying and you really need to cut them. That's a bit emo.
Okay. I hope you're okay, and I hope you're not lying. So how about we talk about the near future? You can give me some like long-term future if you like, but near future, after Sunday, this gig, any future gigs, any future plans?
We have another gig coming up later this month, without checking my calendar off the top of my head. So Pushing Up Roses are having their album launch show, and we'll be supporting them on that. So come check that out. It's going to be awesome. Their new music is sick. So definitely one to check out.
We also have the Trans Pride. We've been asked to participate in like playing for Trans Pride, which is like so awesome because and so that's on the 26th of July.
I can't remember the date, but it's at Walthamstow Trade Hall.
Yeah. I
And
think it's 26th of July.
and Grey Muzzle Promotions. So if you check our socials and any of those places, that will be confirmed. Delphine, I'm pretty sure you're correct, but my brain is a sieve for numbers.
Yes. Come and have some fun with us. It will be a great day.
So those are all of our currently announced gigs for the near future. More to come. Keep an eye on what we're doing. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And Sophie?
So I have got another gig coming up the day after my birthday, which is the 3rd of July. So I'm kind of just telling
born on the 1st of July.
you.
I was born on the 1st of July. So
Really?
are you on the 2nd?
I'm the 2nd.
Oh my God, this is so cool. Sorry.
I never find anyone with a birthday near mine.
Yeah.
I'm the 17th of July.
Oh, we're all July. Wait.
I'm February. I'm the traitor. Sorry. Pisces.
Cancerians, all the
We're
feelings all the
Cancer,
time.
right? Yeah, emotions non-stop.
It's the moon. It makes so much sense.
Lunayru. Sorry.
So I say Pisces, but I'm a bad gay because I know what star sign I am. I don't know anything else about them.
We're all water signs, though.
Yeah.
I also don't know that much about star signs, but crab and fish, surely they're all water signs.
I didn't plan to get stuck in the middle of an astrology conversation, but this is my nightmare. My nightmare rotation.
If you'd read your horoscope this morning, then maybe we would have all seen this coming.
When I read horoscopes, generally if I don't like my one, I'll just go to the next one because they're all equally made up.
I mean, there's a 1 in 12 chance that it will apply to you.
There are 12 ways everyone's life can go.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
We're talking about gigs,
so sorry.
not lines between stars as seen from Earth.
But yeah, so my gig is on the 3rd of July, which is the day after my birthday. So I'm kind of just telling everyone, don't give me a present, just come to my gig. There.
Where is it?
It's at Moustache Bar in Dalston, so not too far from the others, like Stokey, Dalston. They're just down the road from each other. Yeah, it feels good to be getting into gigging properly because it's kind of a thing that I've not properly done for quite a long time. So yeah, not to make you nervous about my performance on Sunday. I swear I know what I'm doing.
Brilliant. Okay. Thank you, Breakup Haircut, half of you, and the rest of you who are not here. I mean, I'm sure it would have been fun if you were here.
Jordan and Ishani are here in spirit.
Yeah. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Eli. Me. I'm going to get back to the rest of the podcast, which is me in my bedroom.
I actually wanted to end the podcast there, but because I threw back to myself in the bedroom, I thought, I guess I've got to talk about the robots now. But I mean, it's always good to talk about robots. It's rock and robots. It's half of what's there at the gig. So it's a long time since we had Lunayru and Breakup Haircut on, but we got Lunayru coming back on the 10th of May and Breakup Haircut coming back on the 12th of July. Excited to see them. Lunayru are going to be paired with Good Time Locomotive, a band who do moody pop rock, and Breakup Haircut are going to be with Gay Skeleton Club, some of their friends, and it's going to be another punky kind of night. In between that, 21st of June, Luna Keys and Gabrielle Ornate for a sort of solstice theme. In terms of robots, I can talk you through a robot here. This here is Tilt, built by Neil Evans, builder of robots like Throwback, Myrmidon, Greenie. Tilt has some outstanding pedigree. It's been driven to a first place and a second place by Mike Stevens, who is sort of adopting it as his main one, and is hopefully going to be building his own version of it. It's always good to see how other people modify their transmitters and stuff. So we've got the grippy red bits, and the flipper works on a button, which would require some modification. And there is an inverter switch, so if you flip that switch, the robot starts driving backwards, which is useful if you're upside down. But I mean, Tilt knows how to get back on its feet. In other robot news, we are becoming a 2-event franchise, I guess. I'm running a second thing called Rock and Robots East. It's going to start on the 30th of May. It's going to be in Leighton Midland Road in a venue which is 5 days of the week an HGV yard, but 2 days of the week it's an event space called Tilbury Yard. We are putting on a show with 20-ish robots. They're building an arena so they can contain spinners. I'm very excited for it. We're going to have big audiences for roboteering in a way that there hasn't been a lot of in London, especially for the lower classes. This is big for the lower classes. Bristol bot builders get massive demand for their events at like St Michael's Centre for beta weights, amp weights. I think this will be. I'm not going to say it's the biggest amp weight event. That's the World Series. But in terms of spectators, we're going to have a lot of new eyes on roboteering. We're going to have a lot of new people wanting to get involved and seeing that it's easy to get involved, which will lead to, you know, much more adoption of robots all over London. I don't know what more I can say. It's very exciting times, and yeah, I think if you're able to come along to Midland Road, please do. There's street food on site. Geek Craft stalls is in the list of things that's happening on the day, as well as some DJs and live acts. I'm not booking those, but I am still running Rock and Robots in Stoke Newington. It's going to be moving to the first Sunday of every month from September. But basically, just check the website. There's going to be something every month. It's going to be the same robots and music combination. So yeah, Rock and Robots is going well. The people who play at Rock and Robots are going places. We see Lunayru, who has jumped up to about the 1,000 monthly listener mark. And yeah, I'm very happy to see what comes next. Thanks for listening. If you've listened this far and watching, because it's on YouTube. Okay, thank you and bye.